Hi everybody. We are preparing a lecture for you to listen to between Rosh Hashanah till Sukkot. It will be a great lecture of awareness, consciousness, understanding, kavanah, התבוננות. For understanding, I will start with Rav Ashlag section from מאמרי הסולם. We might take a picture of it and show it to you, those of you who read Hebrew. תו ג' עמוד תו ג'. So, I've asked like start like this. It's a little bit long. I hope I will make it as fast as I can. נודע שכל התורה כולה עם שמותיו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. It's written in the Zohar that the entire Torah is actually the names of God, different names of God. So, ושם פירושו השגה, שכלו שלא נדע לנו קיים בשם. And we understand according to what Rav Ashlag teach in 10 luminous emanation, whatever you don't know, you cannot give it a name. So here it's the name of God is revealed in the Torah, so we need to know the Torah to know the name of God. ולפי זה מתחייב האדם להשיג כל הגנוז ותמות תורתנו הקדושה. For that reason, each person has to go deep into the Torah, deep into our Torah, and find out more and more secrets, so you will know the name of God. ואף על פי זה יש להבין, but we need to understand. מה לו לאדם שישיג את כל העולמו של הקדוש ברוך הוא? What is the point? I mean, what is the tachlit? What is the purpose of a human being to know the world of God? It's not enough for him that he understand the land, the farming, the money. Why need to get the heaven? But it seems that Shamayim is mentioned in the Torah of God, so there is a reason for it. So that's what we're slowly going to dig in, as Rav Ashlag usually does, digging into a subject and develop the subject, and through that get a pearl, get a diamond that can be very useful for us to light the moment that we have darkness in our life. אכן נודע כתוב, we know in Jeremiah 9 verse 22, it's written, a man should not be praise himself for his wisdom or for his strength or how powerful is he, but he should praise himself for having the brain to know me. That's Jeremiah in the name of God. הרי מפורש. So from here we see תכלית הרוממות של האדם. We found out the real purpose of a human being. What is it? השכלה אלוקית. To know God and to study about God, because according to Jeremiah, that's the purpose. ולכאורה הוא בהפך מן המפורסם דלית בהחשבת תפיסה בכלל וכלל. But we also know in תיקוני הזוהר, תיקון י"ז, it say that no thought can grasp God. Here it say that to know God is the purpose, that's the tachlit, according to Jeremiah. תיקוני הזוהר written after. And here it's written, let מחשבת תפיסה בכלל וכלל. We cannot even grasp it. So we develop it now. Rav Ashlag is taking the section that we do in the תפילת העמידה of Shabbat, Friday night. אתה קידשת את יום השביעי לשבחה. You crown or you make the Shabbat, the 7th day holy for your name, use the word for your name. תכלית, the purpose. מעשה שמיים וארץ. The purpose is for the act or the action or the creation of heaven and earth. והנך when you see שנמצאת בעולמן הקדושה כזו שהיא התכלית. We find out that within our world there is a purpose. שבשבילה ברא הקדוש ברוך הוא את השמיים והארץ. What is the purpose? That purpose, Hashem, God created שמיים וארץ. If you look at the verse, it's amazing. תכלית מעשה שמיים וארץ. תכלית, the purpose of everything, שמיים וארץ. ועוד נשמע מכאן, שאי אפשר לבוא לזה, התכלית, אם לא היה נברא שמיים וארץ. ומילואיהם, and you cannot get to that תכלית until you create heaven and earth. I mean, because it's a תכלית, מעשה, שמיים וארץ. ברוך אתה אדוני, בכל העם אשר כל נעמדו. ומילואיהם, כי עיקר ההוכחה שיש תכלית המקשרת הבריאה, ושבשאין פועל בתכלית, the reason we're looking for purpose, for the creation, Because there is no such a thing that being created, without a purpose. ואם אתה אומר שלא כולנו נמצאים בשמיים וארץ מוכרחים לתכלית, you may say that not everything on the sky, not everything in heaven needed תכלית, needed a purpose, אלא רק מקצתם, only some of them, אם כן יהיה השאר בבחינת פעולה בלי תכלית. So you may say, or you may guess, that the rest will be an act without purpose. ואם תאמר, you may say, שהשאר נברא לתכלית אחר. You may say that the other, or the other thing, was created for a different תכלית, for a different purpose. אם כן אינו מוכרח לגמרי, then it doesn't have to be מהו התכלית. Then it doesn't matter what the תכלית is, or what is the purpose. כי יכול להיות שאותו תכלית האחד, האחר מספיק לכל המילוי של השמיים. Maybe the other purpose, the other תכלית, it's enough for a good sky, שסגולתם להרחיב, forgive me, skip a page, והארץ, the sky, the heaven and earth, אלא ודאי שאותה תכלית הידועה לנו מחויבת להיות לכל המציאות הנמצאת בשמיים והארץ. You cannot say that there is a purpose for part of the thing or other thing. It has to be for everything together. Now Rav Ashlag bring another section, תיקוני הזוהר 26. And he say, ואחרי שהכרחנו, after we understand that all the details of around us, שמיים וארץ, heaven and earth, מוכרחים כולם בשביל התכלית, they're all for a certain purpose, המיוחדת שהיא ליהנות לנבראיו. And what is the purpose? ליהנות לנבראיו. We know, as it's written, that מטרת הבריאה, what's the purpose of creation? ליהנות לנבראיו. To give pleasure to the one he created. Meaning, to give pleasure to us, because God created us. שבדרך הטוב להיטיב, because the good one want to do good. כמו שנאמר במקום אחר, צריכים להבין הנאה היא מהי. But we need to understand what is that pleasure that we're talking about. If God create this world only to do good and pleasure to the one he created, what is that good and what is that pleasure that God meant to give the one he created? And he continued, Rav Ashlan. בג' מעלות מצויות לפנינו. There is 3 points or 3 ideas in front of us. שהן הכלולות כל השבח המקווה למין האדם. That within that glory, within that achievement, you get most of what human being looking for. דהיינו, חוכמה, גבורה ועשירות. Wisdom, strength, or money. Okay? According to the study, this is the 3 major things that people are looking for. אשר מין האדם מיועד, ודאי למעלה יותר נכבדה מהם. And the human being has been, the purpose is to something even greater than that. כי 3 כבר מוכנות מצויות בעולם לפני השגת תכלית. Because strength, wisdom, and money, it's already here in this universe, according to the תכלית, according to the purpose of the universe. אלא ודאי שהיא מעלה נפלאה כזו, שאינה מצויה ואי אפשר למצא כלל בעולם. But it's got to be something greater good that it's not yet here. זולת לאותם שזכו, only for the one who merit it and deserve it after work. להשגת התכלית של כך נברא. To go after what's the purpose of the world, because after all they were created for that. ואומר לך, and I will tell you that, say Rav Ashlag, שהיא השכלה אלוקית. This is the wisdom of God, meaning understanding God. שהיא ההנאה הגדולה. This is the highest pleasure you can get. שעליה כיוון מבחינת הכל ליהנות לאדם. So when it say, God want to give pleasure to human being, he want to give the pleasure to know God. ואין לטעות שהיא הנאה גשמית. Do not do a mistake that it's a physical pleasure. המוגבלת, because that's limited when we receive it. And don't mistake also that God will change the vessels and how we receive things and what to do, because that's not how God works. This will be a simple person who changes his mind and change every time. Because after all, it's in Melachi, Gimel, Ani Avaya lo shaniti. I am God and I never change. So it has to be spiritual thing that has to go through something precious and some work on yourself. So we understand it's a spiritual fulfillment and joy. דהיינו מקבלים בכלים מוכנים, so the vessel also has to be spiritual. בלתי מוגבלים, unlimited, וגם שהיא בלתי מצויה בעולם. And you cannot find it in this world, כלל מתערב שהיא סגולה, until you merit it, until you work on yourself to get there. שהיא הנותנת היקר וערך. And that's what make it so much with value, so much precious. כי כל המצוא בשפע, if there is so much of that, הוא זול, it's more cheap. And whatever you don't have in this world is more expensive. Ask every business person, they will explain it to you. אבל כן מה שאינו מצוי כלל, הרי זה ודאי קרוב תפארתו. When you cannot find something, that's what makes it so powerful and so unique. והנאתו עולה על כולנה. And for that reason, the pleasure there is the greatest. ומזה תשמע, שדבר ההנאה הזו, האמורה הוא עניין השגתו והשכלתו יתברך. That pleasure is knowing the creator, והשכלתו in study the creator or study from the creator, להיות הבלתי שכיחה בעולם כלל. Because you cannot find it. כי לית מחשב התפיסה בה כנודע. We say, לית מחשב התפיסה בה. Meaning there is no מחשבה who can really comprehend, understand that. And that means it cannot be understood with the brain. ואמרו ז"ל בקידושין מן. ז"ל say, meaning the rabbi say, עשה מצווה אחת, if you do a mitzvah, you can actually change the whole system of the world לכף זכות. Meaning the whole world will turn into a positive place. Just by one mitzvah. פירוש, כי יש ודאי הכנה באדם, אבל לא חושב אותו לתכלית. It's going to be a preparation to make you ready for the תכלית, for the purpose. אם לא כן, ודאי לא היה לו מצווה כלל אליה. Because if it's not so, then what's the idea? What is that called success? הנה ההכנה הזו, what is the הכנה to get there? אמונה, belief, faith, certainty, knowing that it's good. That's אמונה, אמונה. ואף על פי דלת מחשב התפיסה בכלל, even that let מחשב בכלל, the brain cannot comprehend, cannot understand what's going on. מכל מקום מפעם את האמונה בלב. The אמונה come from the heart, the beliefs come from the heart, the certainty come from the heart. האדם שיש בהשגח עליון, כל יכול שלעתים הוא פונה אליו בכל הווייתו, כמו שכתוב, גן ואפומה דבחרת הרחמן יקרא. Meaning, the Masechet Baruchot said, even the thief is believing, is praying to God when he needs help from God. So the emunah is a very powerful thing, the belief system is a very powerful thing. ואנו מוצאים גם, החופשי ביותר בדעותיו שמתעורר פעם בצרה. We even find somebody who's not so spiritual, awakening when he has problem, and reach out to the משגיח, reach out to whatever force he believes. אכן המציאות נערכה לפנינו בצורה כזו. The system work like that. אשר היא סותרת בכלל לאמונה האינסטינקטיבית הנמצא באדם מטבעו. So now, we see there is a lot of contradiction. And those contradictions can confuse people. אשר היא סותרת בכלל לאמונה האינסטינקטיבית. There is a faith or אמונה or belief system they call instinct belief system, הנמצאת באדם מטבעו, it's within us. וזה יש לשאול, מה הועיל ההשגחה בהכנה הזו שנטעה באדם? What's the purpose that the השגחה, the supervision, God, the creator, the divine, the light, put within us that belief system? They call instinct belief. Why do we need to have it? So we're going now to Mishle. It says, Meshachayim Tzauni. Meshachayim meaning the one who wake up early in the morning will find God. That's why the Kabbalists usually when they study before Alot HaShachar. When you want to change your life, let's say you want to change your personality, something about you, wake up before sunrise. If you wake up before sunrise and you study and you ask for that study to change you, your life will start to change. That's what it say, אכן כתוב משחריים צאוני. והטעם פשוט, שכן הוכן בטבע השכל האנושי, שיוכל לגלות מיני חושך כל הנסתרות, שאנו רואים בכל דור ודור מתגלים נסתרות להפליג מתוכו חקירת השכל. The instinct believe, meaning that you need some belief system to believe in what you're doing is right. At least that's what I understand. And we see in every generation, there is a lot of things that seem impossible and become possible. והדברים המוכחשים בדור העבר נעשים למציאות בפשט בדורנו זה. Something that was impossible generation before become a reality to this generation. וכל זה בכוח השכלת השכל וחיפושו בתוך החושך של הבריאה. And this is only because going into the brain and going into the dark part of the creation, אשר לפי זה הוא פשוט גם כן, אשר אם היו חוקרים האלו משכילים בבקוש חיפוש אחר השם, if those scientists or physicians will look for God as they look for answer, היה זה נגלה להם לא פחות מאשר מסתרי הטבע. They would also discover God instead of discovering the formula to cure cancer. You know, it's good to cure cancer, but there is more you can get if that's what you're going to look for. It all depends on the instinct belief, or you're going to believe because you want to believe in God, because the instinct belief you have to believe. Every science brain thing, they tell you, I don't believe, it's all fact. But before it becomes a fact, you have to believe that that's a fact it will be. And that's why you have to prove it as a fact. Once you prove it, you say, oh, thank God, I don't have to prove to people to believe. You just have to have a proof now. But come on, if you are science, if you study science major in college, or you study quantum physics, or study physics, or you're NASA, please reach out. You believe. That's called instinct belief. And then you prove it. I know you're going to say, no, I disagree because you don't believe. But you do believe. If you didn't have the belief system, you would not go going. You would not get going. A farmer believes that if you put the seed and the rain will come, something will grow. But you're saying, yeah, that's natural. That's come from somewhere. It's nature. You know, if that's nature. But he believes that if we'll give extra thing that's not just from experience, you need to believe that it will be okay, that the fruit is planting, it will be okay. You need to believe, that's instinct belief, not God. כי אם הוכנה באדם בתכלית האמורה, אם כן ודאי הוא דרך טבע, לא פחות כלל משאר דרכי הטבע. ואם כל זה לא שמעון לא רמיים מהמסכנים וחופשים כאלה באפס מה מהתכלית האמור. If we think that that's the purpose, meaning to believe in that way, meaning to have the instinct belief, then why are those people called the scientist or the physician, they not create any discover about the tachlit, about the purpose of the entire creation. They are the one that normally say there is no supervision, there is no God, there is no divine. Say Rav Ashlag, why they are the one who don't believe, especially people who study science, because remember the pasuk that we say before, the let machshava tfisa baklal, meaning we say before that no brain can really grasp God. So they cannot get to that level, even if the purpose is to believe, but because that's not their goal, they get blocked, they cannot get there. שהוא האומנות השכלי והידיים הממשים תוך הפעלת המושכלות כמו שמצאו להם בשאר בסתרי הטבע. This will help them to go to the mystical of nature because they have already the brain and the ability to discover things in nature, but they're missing the belief in the creator. אמנם כן בדרך הטבע הפשוט הוכנה משום זה האמונה האינסטינקטיבית. That's why everybody have instinct belief, כמו מבחינת הפעלת המושכלות ושאר החוכמות, כלומר subjective. שידי השכל יוכלו לתפוס אותו כל משך הזמן הנחוץ לו למשש, אותו להשכיל עד שיגלו. שאמונה אינסטינקטיבית שבו מקרבת לו את החומר הזה. So every person have something which called instinct belief, because that's, you have something you have to believe. You have to believe that you're going to go for school and you're going to make it. You have to believe that the belief system pushing you. But it's not believe in God. It's believe in yourself or believe in your different thing. It's a motivation thing. It's like Tony Robbins will make you believe in yourself, but he will not give you the belief system in a higher power. Again, אמרנו, not that Tony Robbins is bad, God forbid, I take my words back. I mean, what I mean, his focus is more on the belief system in yourself, which is very good. It's self-motivation. But there is another level of belief, it's a spiritual belief, it's an elevation belief. I see a lot of people going to psychiatrists, psychologists, Tony Robbins, different things, and I always look at them, they never come out of their belief in God. They start to believe in themselves. It's a good start, but most of them get stuck. They don't continue. They don't move on to the next level. It's a good way to start, by the way. So if you go to Tony Robbins, then go after that and start studying Kabbalah, Torah, okay? באמונה האינסטינקטיבית שבו מקרבת לו את החומר, אכן אמר לי שהמציאות וכמובן נערכה לעינינו באופן כזה, המכחשת ההשגחה בהחלט. אחרי שווה מתחת המשכיל כל כוח אמונה שיש בו בטבע, ועימה כל החומר נחוץ לתפיסת ידיים של השכל ממשו להשכילו. So when a person loses that belief system, is also losing the tools to be able to make a great discovery about things that belong to God, because all this world belongs to God, but he doesn't have that belief system, so he will not be able to reach to understand the whole detailings of what's really going on. ולא, אפילו אותו משכיל שמסיבות הטבע מרחיבים לו מעט את האמונה, let's say somebody who's wise and great scientist, and they make him a little bit believe, מכל מקום נכשל בה, מכוח הכרעת רוב העולם החסר להם אותם המסיבות. So you will have one doctor, one physician, one scientist, who will slowly start to believe, but the surrounding of majority of people who are not. מדרך הטבע הוא שיחיד ורבים הלכה כרבים. And we know that if the Talmud write, if you have 100 people say one way and one person say another, you go with the 100. You don't check who is right. ואין היחיד אפילו בינו לבין עצמו יכול להכריע דעתו לרצונו כנגד רבים. And the person himself cannot even change the mind of the majority. Now we go into another section to understand it. And I'm sorry those of you who cannot follow it, but it's a very important section. ובזה תבין אברהם, עשה מצווה אחת, you make one mitzvah, now we're going back to the one we said before, דהיינו משלים בכל כוחו מעודו את המצווה הזאת אחת על הודעה. When a person is doing one mitzvah, because it's saying Kiddushin, you do one mitzvah, הכריע את כל העולם לכף זכות. You make the whole world going into זכות, into a good place. דהיינו משלים בכל כוחו מעודו את המצווה אחת על הודעה. Do one mitzvah. What is that mitzvah? מצוות האמונה. The mitzvah of the belief, the true belief. ועל ידי ריבוי מעשים טובים. How do you get to that mitzvah? What is that you need to change? מעשים טובים. A good action שסגולתם להרחיב לקבוע בו את האמונה מלידה. When a person is doing good thing, for example, let's say you take a bus driver. I heard that from Rabbi Michael Maor. Take a bus driver. Bus driver, it's his job to be a bus driver, but he's still doing kindness to the people he drives. So he automatically has chasadim within him. So he will be a believer slowly. והוא מושך כוח שיכריע את עצמו ואת כל העולם כולו. כלומר, אף על פי שהעולם כולו מכחישים את האמונה, כל מקום יפה דעתו להכריע אותם ולעמוד על דעתו במוחלט. When you believe, automatically the majority is no longer the one who makes decision, because it's all about the belief system. So if you make this one mitzvah of אמונה, then כל העולם לכף זכות. הרי נתברר שתכלית הבריאה, now we understand that the purpose of creation, שבא ליהנות לנבראיו, is to give pleasure to his creature, to the one he created, שלזה צריכים בדיוק כל פרטי הבריאות נמצאים בשמיים בארץ, ונתברר שהנאה זו היא מהמולה שבמעלות, and everyone need to receive it, and that's the best הנאה, that's the best satisfaction and pleasure, שהיא סוד השכלה האלוקית. What is it? השכלה האלוקית. The study, the understanding, the wisdom of the God, not the wisdom of just nature, the wisdom of the God. ונתברר שאין השכלת השכל מצויה זולת על ידי חומר מוכן להשכלה שבתוך דלת מחשב הספי כלל. And השכלת השכל, there is השכלת האלוקות והשכלת השכל. השכלת השכל is like going to college and study. That type of השכלה, that type of brain, going to be fine, השכל מצויה זולת על ידי חומר מוכן להשכלה. Only if there is material that's ready for that wisdom. Why? Because, as we said, דלת מחשב התפיסה בכלל, meaning the brain cannot totally grasp it. הרי סגולת האמונה שבלידה מכשירה לו את החומר המוכן לידי השכל. So the instinct belief make you that material or that vessel to be able to get some knowledge, לממש ולהשכיל עד שיגלו, until they will be revealed to you. ונתברר שהאמונה אינסטינקטיבית, that instinct belief, אינה מספקת לו כלל, it's not enough. משום כל העולם, כולם מכחישים אותה. Because most of the word מכחישים, denial that. מתוך השגחה המקולקלת הנראית לעיניים. Why that denial? Because there is a lot of contradiction in creation. Because a lot of time in creation, you don't find it to be good. You find it to be bad. So you start doubting. אשר על כן למעשים טובים מרובים צריכים. So you need enough good doing, שעד מוכשר לעמדת הדעת בחוזקה מספיקים לאחת כל העולם כולו. So you need enough good doing uh, until you will be able to get, if I may say, to this level of doing it that everybody will believe you. From here, I would like to move into a different section. So this is for you going to Yom Kippur, wherever you go, or for you doing Shabbat Shuvah. This is for this time. Always between Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, it's good to hear this lecture I just shared. Is how do you change, or what do you change? Emunah. You got to work on your belief. It's going to be instinct belief. That's nice. Let's have some ego in it. That science people, the smart people have it. Everybody have it. The thief have it. And then you have the real emunah. And the real emunah has to come with maasim tovim, meaning you do enough good action, and then you get rewarded to believe in the elokut, in the God. So that's one thing for today I want to share with you. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk a little bit from the Zohar, Emor, on Yom Kippurim. And we're going to take it, yeah. I'm reading Rav Ashlag explanation from Resh Memchet, Emor. But I'm not reading the Zohar, I'm just reading the explanation of Rav Ashlag. Biur HaMa'amar, Kol HaOnashim, all the punishment in the world, and ba'im bebet dinim. These two types of judgment that punishing a people. Aleph dinim de ducha. First, it's called the judgment of ducha, of male. What is dinim de ducha? ששורשם הוא המשכת טהרת חוכמה שבשמאל ממעלה למטה. Meaning, קומה שלמה of dinim, meaning complete dinim, meaning you're drawing the light from above to below of חוכמה, which is the left column, which is forbidden. Bet הוא דינים דנוקבה. The second is the judgment that comes from nukva, female judgment. ששם הוא גילוי המנעולה למעלה במלכות. That judgment is when you reveal the locks up there in malchut. בסוד לא זכה הוא רע, with the secret that say, if he didn't merit, is bad. So we don't know, this is still seems satum, still not clear, but we're going to explain it. ועל ידי תפילות ותשובה, through pray and making תשובה and making repentance, וקדושת היום, and the holy of the Yom Kippur, זוכים ישראל להתאר מכל הדנים והעונשים. Israel will be merit to get purified from all the judgment and the punishment. ונקבעה להם הטהרה, and the purification happened through sending the goat to a place called Azazel, to the desert, through the Goral. You make a lottery, and they draw the left column light. ששעיר לחטאת הוא סוד המשכת הקדושה. The sa'ir for, we have two goats. One goat is going to be sacrificed, is drawing the holiness. שהיא ממטה למעלה. What does holy mean? Holy mean from you to the other. That's what mean holy. So make sure you understand. Holy mean from below to above, not just from above to below. Whenever you want to draw light from above to you, that's not holy. Okay? Unholy. וזה חלקם של ישראל. That's the part of Israel. והשעיר לעזאזל, they go to the desert, עושות המשכת הסמך א'. This is the draw of the dark side. שהיא ממעלה למטה. It's from above to below. שאנו מעוררים אותה עם הגורל לעזאזל, משלחים אותה אל ארץ גזרה. We're throwing it to a land called גזרה. דהיינו למקום שליטת סמך מם ועמד עשיו. We're sending it to סמך מם and where the עשיו. הממשיכים את החוכמה ממעלה למטה, because that's who they are. They like to draw things only from above to below. שממנו נמשכים העונשים. From there the punishment is coming, הגדולים. וכיוון שנקבעה תשובת ישראל בזה, but we've been giving a chance to do תשובה, להיפרד במעשי הרשעים, to separate from the wicked people, or the wicked act of the people, the negative act of the wicked people, נתבטל מהם כל הדינים דדוחה. Then, they no longer have דינים דדוחה. דינים דדוחה, to remind you, there is דינים דנוקבה, which is revealed of the מלכות, and דינים דדוחה is when you draw light of חוכמה in the left column. והם ממשיכים כל המוחים לא קדושים בסוד הסיר לחטאת. אמנם תחילה צריכים להדביק כמה דינים דנוקבה בעזאזל. But we need to take the other type of judgment, put it also into the goat. בסוד התשליך במצולות ים כל חטאתם, what we did in תשליך, תשליך במצולות ים כל חטאתם. כי גירעון מושך גירעון, lack, כי draw lack. Why people commit suicide, for example? They are lacking something. What happens when they're lacking something? There is a negative energy into the brain, into the soul actually, that we talk about it. And then they want to commit suicide. But what is commit suicide will help them? They will get nothing out of it. The life after that, after they die, is way worse than the life after, while what they try to run away from. You cannot run away from your journey, from your tikkun. So what's the purpose of that? I mean, why? Because giraon moshech giraon. When you feel you don't have money, you're going to start having people with no money or people with dark side come to you. When you feel you have everything in life, you have people who love you, you have everything is working for you and perfect, you're going to start drawing into your life perfect people. גירעון מושך גירעון. והרי שולחים אותו לארץ גזירה, שיפרטו הדינים מישראל. So why we send the goat into a different land? So the judgment leave Israel, ויחולו עלינו שמושכים מערת השמאל. And they will go for people who drawing ממעלה למטה, from above to below. שהם סמך מם והעם שלו. סמך מם, Sam and his people. שהוא עמד עשב, the nation of Esau. כל אינון חובים וחטאים מדבקים בהם. תחילה צריכים לדבק בו כל החובות והחטאים הם נמשכים דין דדוחה ונמשכים דין דוקווה. So what we do with the goat? We take the dinim deducha, the male judgment, and the female judgment. Remember, the male judgment, meaning that we draw light from above to below, or the chokhmah, left column, and then in the nukva is when we are opening the place that's supposed to be locked, which is the malchut of above. Shusot giraon, moshech alav giraon. Remember, once you have giraon, if you feel depressed or you feel this, go talk to someone, release it. Because if you stay in the giraon, if you stay in the lacking, he will come after you. כמה דכתיב תשליך במצולות ים, כל חטאותם, ולפטר כולו מתהדרן ברשות דאמה. אחר כך שולחים אותו לארץ גזירה, לרשות סמה, שתקל ממשיך ממעלה, כל הדינים נופלים על ראשיהם, אין דינים דנוקבה ואין דינים דוחה. אמנם עוד היה יחלה בקטרגל ישראל, ולגלות בשורשם במלכות, את נקודת המנולה, שכל האורות מסתלקים בסיבתם. But the מקטרג, the persecutor, could speak bad about Israel and revealed within the roots, the Malchut, the original Malchut, that we call it Man'ula, which that all the light will be removed because of her. Because what is Man'ula? Man'ula is Malchut went to a tzimtzum, Bchina Dalet. The original desire went to a tzimtzum. Where is that original desire? It's hidden in a place called Rasha de Lo Et Yada, the head, the unknown head. So it's there, you cannot reveal that. You cannot reveal that. מכל שכן, ביום הכיפורים שאתה לא רשת כדי לגלות זה. And in Yom Kippur, the persecutor allowed to reveal that. והוא בחמת שבראש השנה בסוד קריאת שופר כבר נתגלה המנעולה. Rosh Hashanah, when we start the Rosh Hashanah, we start the blowing of the shofar, the tefillot, we revealed the manula. That's why it's a judgment. Manula means, שבזה ניתנה לו רשות להזכיר זאת, so he can mention it. אבל בגין דסמך זמינה הוא יובד על התורה, מכיוון שכבר נתגלתה בראש השנה, if it's revealed בראש השנה, בגין זה לא יהיה פתורה אבין לחלוקה בהאי, כדי שלא יהיה לו פתרון פלה לשין, נותנים לו חלק בזה. So because we don't want him to snitch, because it was revealed already in Rosh Hashanah, so we give him a piece. What is the piece? The seir לעזאזל, the goat. We put the piece there and we go. כי הסמך עליו נקרא קץ כל בשר, משום שחפצו תמיד בבשר. Because the dark side always want meat. שפרושו כל חפצות שכתוב להמשכת החוכמה שבשמאל למעלה למטה. All what he want is to draw the light from above to below. Nothing to give. לפיכך, כשאנו מעוררים באותו סיר לזה ושוכרים לו את הזה, הרי זו מתנה חשובה מאוד. Then when we take the goat, and we are taking all the sin of Bnei Israel, because what we did on Rosh Hashanah, we removed the sin, but where are the sin? The sin basically represent all the things that we do tshuva for. What is the sin? Every time that we draw light from above to below. That's the sin. That's the manula. That's the revelation of Malchut, which is forbidden. But everybody did the sin last year. And that's why we came to Rosh Hashanah, to ask for forgiveness, to ask for a second chance. Because we know we promised we're never going to do this, and that. And we did. So that part, meaning we touched the Malchut of the Ein Sof, which is forbidden. And now it's been revealed. So what do? When he comes to mention it in Yom Kippur, we take that part, okay, that we took, put it in the goat, and tell him, here, it's yours. והיא בקטרגל ישראל לגלות המנעולה שבמלכות. הסתלקו כל האורות במלכות גם בחלק שלו. Then if you will reveal the distinction on Bnei Israel, what they did wrong, his part is also going to be loose. It's not worth it for him. מעזאזל להסתלק ויעבוד. מתוך פחדו זה, he's afraid of that. הוא יראה לפתוח פיו. He doesn't want to open his mouth. ולא עוד אלא בגלל שיהיה בטוח בהערתו זו, הוא משבח את ישראל. Not only doesn't complain about בני ישראל in Yom Kippur, he's saying great thing about בני ישראל. לשבתיה דקיים קם ממלכה, אב לי חמרה, והוא ילטף ושברה ויבד ולא ישכח בעל מה כבודך. כי הוא יפחד שלא יאבד היין המשכר שנתנו לו. It's almost like he's sitting there in a place, and his warrior said they give him a good wine, and all of a sudden he's saying, you know what, why should I speak, everything is cool. You know, the wine is worth it for him more than mentioning your sin. שהוא זו דהרת העזאזל. That's the wine. אלימלך אבו יעד עכו מהיסייר. Yeah. So, it's such a beautiful thing, because if you think, I mean, he used the word pi, you know, when we talk al pi agoral, when we choose those goats, who's going to be sacrificed and who's not, we make a lottery. He doesn't call it lottery, it's al pi agoral, by the mouse of the destiny. And here it say that we yareh liftoach piv. Pi is also mouth. He's afraid to open his mouth against us, because we give him the peace, which is the sin, put it in the goat and say, hey, enjoy that. Now we get clean from the sin. He get a lot of energy that was drawn from Malchut, so he's happy about it. We are happy that we get perfectly clean after Yom Kippur. He's happy that he get all the energy from Malchut. And he only talked good about us. How great is Yom Kippur if you have this understanding? Thank you so much.